All right. Good evening, everyone. So I'll capture the details of our discussion from where we stopped last class, and I want to believe that we've also been able to try some of the exercises or the on the material that we shared earlier. So um, let's first do update user. So the update user, like I mentioned, the entire building block also will follow the one for create user. So you can just copy the whole body and replicate it and not just modify the method and the endpoints that you wanted to work with. But because the endpoint we are using here is the same for update and for update use input and patch. So we will not necessarily need to be changing the endpoint. And also the base URL also is the same, so we will not also be changing it. Alright. So for for put is entirely changing the user detail on the DB. That is the user we have created from the create users. But patch only updates just a part of the user data on the database. So it doesn't replace the entire user, just update part of the user data. But for put updates the entire user data on the database. So that's just the basic difference. And also how we use them. Sometimes when you want to update a job description for a user, you can use patch to update just the job description. And also when you want to update, sorry. So when you want to update a user entirely on the database, you can use put. That replaces the user data entirely on the database. So I also mentioned that we can use expect for data validation. So you can also check the Playwright website and go to assert. You see several assertions that we can use assertions rather. So you see several assertions that we can use to validate our test or our data while testing. So multiple of it also are available on the Playwright website that you can try out. Right. But because of time and because of our class, that's why we're just limited to just this. So I also mentioned that for us to be able to uh, extract the response from our test, we have to construct uh, JSON statement that will fetch out those data from the from our response, right? And that construct also always follows uh, the JavaScript JSON format for extraction. Just almost like the same thing we have on Postman. So it's what we're also going to have here. So this const is constant, and then you can also use var, which is variable. It's either you use const or you use var. So, and the difference that const means this is constant. You can reuse it somewhere else, but for var, you can reassign that variable somewhere else if you are using var. But if you are using const, so you cannot reassign this response body variable any longer. So you have to use it uh, the same way you have defined it earlier. So that's just the basic difference. So I'm going to run this now, and I'm going to show us the response and how our response is being returned and also how the reporting is also being done. Because I also told us that we are reporting everything in our response and everything concerning the test so that we can have visual uh, idea of what is happening in the test, and also for those of us that will be relating with management at work or different places, or our clients will be able to also have virtual image or virtual representations of what we are doing in our tests, and that will also inform decision making. So I mentioned that the reporting tool we'll be using is Allure reporting, which I also try to guide us on the installation. So if you are installing Allure afresh on your computer, this will show us the commands that we're going to use to do installation. Okay, first one is npm install d, that's -d Allure Playwright. So this will install the dependency for Allure reporting for Playwright. Once I click enter now, it will go and be doing the installation, and I will only wait for it to be concluded and proceed. So when that is done, we copy the second line, which I'm going to also put in a document for us to be able to have access to, and give some word description for us to be able to understand it also as well. All right. So npm install -g allure command line. So what this does is that, okay, from the first command that we ran, allure reporting would have been installed, but can only be accessible internally in Playwright. So you cannot access it through your terminal or the CMD. So for us to be able to access the Playwright that we've installed through our terminal or the CMD, okay. So for us to be able to access it through our terminal or our CMD, we have to install this Allure reporting command line plugin, because this is to enable us to have access to it globally on our computer. If you don't install this, you will not be able to have access to it on our computer. And okay, before I will even do this, let's try to check for uh, the version, and you see that this will most likely not return any tangible anything for us. You will notice that this will not return anything for us because our terminal will definitely not be able to access. Okay, because I've already done mine, so this will show us the, the version. This will show us the version because I've installed it. So if I haven't installed this, it will not return anything. So just tell me that Leo cannot. It's not a command line. It's not a command line prompt or so, and it's just give you a statement like that. This number will not be shown as it is now. This is the version of Aldo reporting on my laptop. But if we are here to do that, to do this installation for the command line, I will not be able to fetch it. So it's important that you do this for you to be able to have access to alert reporting globally on your laptop. All right. So let's run this so that we can see uh, what it does, and how to interpret some of the items. So there are several